and we are taking off in 3, 2. Shit. Okay, one more time. In 3, 2. Shit. Yo, welcome everybody to another episode of The Week That Was, hosted by ya boys, Chris, it is I, the Most High, on my tag team partner, CT, aka Chitty Bang.
Chitty Bang. This is The Week That Was, and in this week, we cover the week that was. And this week, we are talking about the quarter 2 earnings of the WWE.
Yep.
It seems that Ziff, as far as their market strategy and their market goals, they took a 5% drop over quarter 2. Seems like merchandise was down, ticket sales were down. And they're not hitting their numbers as they want the network to. So there's a couple big changes that they're trying to implement going forward. And I'm curious because now we got the competition with AEW. Now we got New Japan popping off. You know, they got their G1 going. I know WWE's never going to be have competition, but as far as keeping our eyes on the television product and increasing their numbers, because their goal is to increase their revenue and do bigger things, they didn't meet those goals. So they're clearly going to try to pivot, and I think that Vince said they're going to be a little bit more edgier. They're not going to be the Attitude Era. They graduated from the Attitude Era. They're not going to be as gritty and bloody as AEW, which I think AEW only had like one real bloody match, and that was the Cody match. However, Cody and Dustin match. However, they have a lot of different changes. They got they got a little bit more of an edgy product. They have an idea for the network. They're going to be changing that up, which I'm not sure the tester has to change it.
Fire, yo. The interface on the joint was fucking hilarious, man. I mean, not hilarious. Was fucking tremendous.
I haven't seen it yet. Because when I tuned in, I was like looking forward to seeing it. And I tuned in for what was it? I watched something on there. I think it was 205 Live, and I was like, oh, it's not there yet.
No, I think it took place over the weekend. I had to sign in and everything like that. I think it was Friday night, Saturday morning that the shit came about. As far as what you was talking about, the 5% loss, the numbers pretty much is like this. 2018, they made $281.6 million. And their quarter 2 of 2018. This year they made $268.9 million. It looks like
they're really hurting.
House shows went down a couple million as well. Last year was 52.3 million. This year is at 48.8. And merchandise, as he said, WWE Shop was at 26.7. Down to 23.1. I think more than likely a lot of that stuff comes from just, making better stuff. You know what I mean? If the content is better, if the merchandise is better, if the superstars are hotter.
Speaking of merchandise, like the merchandise that I've been seeing them put out, honestly, from my point of view, they've been all right. I've been hearing people killing the merchandise, saying that they've been not creative. I thought that the OC shirt looks tight. The Usos and Street Profits gear always is dope. I'm down with the merchandise but then again, I haven't been forced to buy as much.
They're like anomalies though. Like I can slap on the man on the black
that's
t-shirt.
A good shirt too. All the Becky shit has been good. Becky 2 belts.
Becky 2 belts. It's just. How many Bliss puns can you have? You know what I mean? Like, I'm all blissed out. You feel me? Please don't put that on the shirt. You know what I mean? Like, that was, you know what I mean? Like,
they're going to steal it.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a blister or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that some of it has been lazy. It was lazy. Majority of the stuff, like, we used to talk about it on the podcast and earlier shows.
They've been lazy with the Revival's gear. They've been lazy with a couple people's gear. When they don't give a fuck about a talent, really, or they haven't been pushing him as like one of the top 3 or 4 people, like whether it be in the certain divisions. They're not really putting that much attention towards it. I think that Shinsuke has been very lazy. I think Shinsuke could have better merchandise out there. There's a lot of stuff, whether it's Apollo, whether it's Mustafa Ali. They just put a logo on them or their name on a shirt, and just throw it out there. So as far as the merchandise goes, that makes sense to a degree. But because you can't have just the Usos, just Roman Reigns, just Becky Lynch.
I mean, at the same time, you know what I mean? Realistically, I don't necessarily feel like it's just that, like, the merchandise is horrible, but also when you go to the live events, a lot of people complain that you don't have all the sizes. You know what I mean? Like, you got small children, you know what I mean? And they're forced to get a medium-sized shirt of Ricochet. You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing yourself any favors by now also making sure that it's accessible.
Better merchandise too.
His shirts
is nice.
Fire,
don't get me wrong. I like his logo as far as that, but there's so much stuff you can do.
Speaking of merch, man, look at this shit. Like, holla at West Side Gun WWE or Alexis Littlefoot. You know what I mean? The flag. I got the fourth rope joint. Wrestling and cultures, you can do a lot, man. It's like outsource your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
There's a lot of wrestling in the culture. There's a lot of wrestling that they can do to cross, just pulling more eyes and more people that want to buy the merchandise. I think what Alexa Littlefoot is doing in wrestling and her stylized view of it is what WWE should have been doing.
Yep.
And I hope they just don't fucking take her the whole
shit. Her swag.
That cultural appropriation shit is a real fucking thing, and when they see what moves in the culture, because we move the culture, and when wrestling comes down to it, that merchandise what Lexus is putting out is unique. It's going to move the needle as far as black culture, as well as I think it's going to translate to the general population as well.
I'm a cop, right now. She got the Power to the People joint with the New Day. I got somebody painted or she got a digitally designed. They doing the Carlos. Oh my God, I'm forgetting their name. 1968 Olympics. They held their fist up on a podium. Yeah, I'm high right now. My bad. But she got the New Day in that form, and she got that as a T-shirt. She also got it in kid sizes and a poster. So guess what? I'm gonna cop one for me and Junior. You know what I mean? Like,
shout out to Alexis Littlefoot, man. Keeping the hustle. And if you guys haven't checked her out, check her out on Instagram, Alexis Littlefoot, and go pick up some gear.
Support. Man. But speaking of WWE, man, like and we got off that to say this, like, you have to target market your audience. You know what I mean? Like, if your audience are children, you have to have children sizes in the merchandise that's being sold. And also, it's not that hard to mass produce, man. Would you rather take the loss over? I don't know what the overhead is, but obviously what I do know is that people are buying those mediums unsatisfied or dissatisfied.
I think that people are buying it dissatisfied, but they're buying it. They're they don't give a fuck. They're buying it. So it's like, hey, you guys take what you can get. I don't think it's gonna move their numbers merchandise-wise. I think it's gonna be their vision for how they approach the artistic aspect of it and what you want to do and who do you want to put. Who do you want to push? Who do you want your to make your merchandise sales? Because some people you have that the fans would buy merch from, but you guys do not use them the right way. And the fans would buy merch from, but you guys do not create the merch for them. The fans are clamoring for. So when is Andrade getting a real good T-shirt? Has he had one yet? I don't know. But there you go. If you want to change that merch and you gotta give the fans what they want as far as what's gonna push them to say, hey, I need that shirt, and they haven't been there yet. But it's not even merch alone. You said the ticket sales have been down. You said we talked about what was it? The image of the show as a whole.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna change from PG, but they're gonna be more edgy. And I think as we saw what Paul Heyman did on his first show, if we get more of that, we're gonna be more satisfied as fans, and then that translates to money. That translates to eyes on your show. That translates to eyes in the merchandise, and people. It doesn't fall. You know, and they just clearly haven't been hitting the way they used to. I think Vince is aware of that. He even says that there won't the vision of the show won't be just one man's vision of the show. So going forward, I'm really curious to see how that develops. You know, what does he mean by that? It's not going to be one man's vision for the show. But you know, it's always been Vince. So I mean, can Vince learn to not be Vince and take? I don't know what that's going to be. However, I'm not saying I don't want Vince around. I want him around to influence the aspect of the show. But if you want the quarter 3 to be different, because you got AEW coming next, you're gonna have to pivot in some ways. You're gonna have to make some. But it's not like they're doing bad. Like that's the one thing I want to make very, very clear. It's not like they're doing bad. They're just not doing as good as they want to, and they're not making the numbers on the network either. So I think they're doing a tiered system with the network. By the way, they're gonna be going to that where it's gonna be like a free version where you can get like all the 24/7s and the 360s and all that stuff, and just like the stuff they plug at the Raw.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna get the version where you can get more content, the backlog, as well as another tier where you get the pay-per-views. So that's what I'm hearing, or something like that is gonna be in the talks for the network. Maybe that increases buy rates. Maybe that doesn't.
People who have been day oneers, like me, like first day subscriber, like me. $9.99.
I don't think it's gonna be that way. They're gonna make like $20.